Greetings and the best of salutations. That will be prayer, power, peace, patience, and prosperity. Still trying to make sense out of this human experience. I have come to a point to realize when it comes to human expression in the imagination of human beings in their thinking or in their mind, what they imagine. And what they imagine is what has materialized. And it comes from a reference point. And I'm to a point now where the reference point is closely associated with what remains of one's memory when it comes to their experiences and in the totality of the human experience. As I do a self-introspection, because that's where the journey begins, because the best project one can work on is him or herself. And we all have a need for self-expression. Yes. The project, that which is to be projected. As I look at, once again, the human expression through means of what humans do to try to not only carve out their existence, but to make a living for themselves, and using their mental faculties and their physical abilities to make that happen, even when there are exploitive means, if I may use that language, by others. And the humans get paid a certain wage, certain salary, so therefore that becomes sacrifice. But yet, for not just to learning how to just coexist with one another, maybe we need to just move beyond just existing and not so much in survival mode, but in a living mode. But I in addition, and also I want to say that I realized too, is that there is a lot of pleasure that we have here on this plane of existence as being humans. I use that language, but yet there is pain too. There is suffering, but the pleasure comes with responsibility. Yeah, the pleasure. So what we could be using in the linguistic or the language sense is responding to our ability. But this human experience, not in addition to what I was saying, the human experience is, as I learned from a brother, and it made sense. And I gave a PowerPoint on human experience, which is fragile, very fragile. And you know, in a society where if you are not celebrated by others, it's not that you don't exist, you know that you exist, and that's why we are here. It is to add to the benefits of this plane of existence, that if you are not in mainstream, as this society calls mainstream, and what is mainstream? When you think about it, these are terms that people come up with to further um, have control over the language and make one feel inferior, or at the expense of make him or herself feel superior. Very interesting. I'm deviating this a little bit. What I realize is it good to hear a thing, but yet don't understand the language of what you heard. Maybe that puts the relationship at jeopardy. But yet you don't hear it or don't adhere to a thing and understand the language, and therefore it becomes a compromise, and therefore we settle on a mutual agreement. And the faculty that has been given to us is the ability to learn how to reason with one another. But this human experience, I was going through self-introspection, because that's where the journey begins. Self-introspection with self, resolving into a better humanity. I was dealing with anxiety and anxiousness. And this is a definition that was given by PsychCentral.com. And I was trying to distinguish between the two. I'm still talking about a reference point. Are anxiety and anxiousness the same? In simple terms, anxiety is a threat response. I have come to learn to know when people say peace, the opposite of peace is a threat. And a threat response. Anxiety and anxiousness refer to the same set or reference point, same set of mental and physical experiences which are characterized by stress. Reference point. The human experience. What remains of our memory. The reference point and that which characterizes us as a human is a reference point, and that which remains from a memory. And a memory could be something that is programmed. What I came up with, now I didn't come up with, but I concluded, don't mean that it's so, some reference points when it comes to the human experience, dealing with as it pertains to anxiety and anxiousness, and the which is characterized by stress. These experiences, which is stored in our memory, emotional experiences that we have had, mental experiences that we have had, physical experiences that we have had, spiritual experiences that we have had. These are all experiences that we have encountered, engaged in, and interacted with. And possibly they could become our body of politics. Educational experiences and social experiences. All these things has materialized. And what they have materialized to what that which has materialized, where does it come from? It's a reference point of what remains. our memory, of what we can remember. Characterized emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, which you could, let's say, politically, which becomes our body, which could become a group of people body of politics, educationally, and socially. The human experience is quite interesting. Until next time, talk to you. You've just heard thoughts for today from Reverend Walimu, Kevin Patrick, teacher of teacher, preachers of preachers, reverence from the heart.